We saw last night the great ball movement by overseas elite. In fact, we mentioned while we were watching, they overpassed the ball. So these are guys that all are well coached around the world.
Jimmer Fredette leading his team out onto the floor. They defeated Jackson, Tennessee, and Peoria to make it. They had not practiced together until the night before the Peoria game, but you never know it. They've been racking up a ton of points at 99 and 88 in their 2 victories, going up against a Fort Wayne ball club that has defeated the region and Illinois BC to get to Atlanta. And Trey McKinney-Jones had 26 against the region on top of his game coming off Summer League basketball out in Las Vegas. So here we go with the first of our Midwest region games tonight in Atlanta, and the champs have the ball to start. Travis Leslie, his pass goes off the hands. It's taken away, and a wild jam by Brandon Davies.
Former BYU teammate of Jimmer Fredette's. I mentioned a year and a half in the NBA. He is playing at a really high level in Europe right now, in Lithuania.
And the veteran referee, Tony Green, spots a foul. And it will be on Jack Cooley, who was just put on this ball club to help with the muscle and the rebounding. He did not play last weekend. Fort Wayne with its first shot of the game, and it's a corner 3. This one goes for Tradeon Hollins.
Yeah, he's a young man that played well for Fort Wayne this past year. First pro season, he played at Nebraska Omaha, now called Omaha.
Jimmer with the pass, and that is a turnover. McKinney-Jones. And this one deflected out of bounds.
Looking out on that court right now, Bob, I see at least 7 guys that have played in the G League in the last couple of years, maybe even 8 or 9, and that's AAA baseball. That's a step away from the NBA.
And there's a 3 for Mavunga. He hit 4 threes against Illinois BC. Take a look at the Team Fredette starting lineup. We have a 6-2 ball game in favor of Fort Wayne. Here's the drive and lay-in by Stefan Hicks.
This guy we highlighted early, he's small power forward for this Fort Wayne team, guarding Brandon Davies right now.
Just underway, a quick start for the champs. They lead 8-2. Cooley inside. That's denied. Gets it back, and with the left hand rolls it in.
I just watched Jack Cooley play for the Phoenix Suns Summer League team in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago. Was recruited in the last 7 days and adds that size in front that this team has lacked so far.
Runner is short. Second chance. And this one a bit long for Hollins. Mavunga thought about it. Now opens it up for Leslie inside. Scoop to the hoop is good. Travis Leslie, the former Georgia Bulldog, back in the Peach State, going to work inside.
Yeah, good look here by Mavunga. He finds Travis inside. A little head fake. That's what I call PhD right there, Bob. Proper hand development. Little spin move off the glass.
Leaves the free throw short. A 10-4 lead for Fort Wayne. Jordan Crawford at the point for Team Fredette. Davies to the hole.
We mentioned this, you and I were talking today. There's about 20 guys that are in this Super 16 that could be on NBA rosters, and Brandon Davies is certainly one of those guys.
And how about Mavunga? He is lighting it up from 3 early. His first TBT, he's been outstanding. This 3 off the mark by James. Cooley out to get it. Mad Ants scrambling, and they're going to get a breakaway lay-in and a jam for Hicks.
That is a quick start for the Fort Wayne All-Stars.
Well, they look good early. And it's Mavunga with the block. McKinney-Jones brings it ahead as Fort Wayne is taking charge in a big way early. Leslie goes back to the foul line. Let's check in with the third member of our team. We welcome in Jen Hale.
Well, hi, guys. Hope you're doing great this evening. An interesting story, on Julian Mavunga. 21 points, 9 rebounds in the game over Illinois BC to get here to the Super 16 and play Team Fredette. And this is an interesting matchup for Mavunga because he played on Team Fredette last year. Reason he switched? Well, these are his hometown guys. He has played with a lot of the guys here on the Fort Wayne Champs for years and years, and he said it just felt like a better fit. So there might be some interesting competitive juices flowing tonight between the two.
Well, the greatest thing about this tournament, Jen, and we've talked about it, is all of these guys. The basketball world is 2 blocks long. And you know everybody on your block, you know some people on the other block, but these guys all know each other in one way, shape, or form.
Fredette can't get a shot off. And that has been a recurring theme here early, Fran. He's obviously a marked man by Fort Wayne. There's another block. As the Champs' defense has been stellar, they turn it over. Jimmer pops it inside. The lay-in is good. Beautiful move by James. Rashard James with his first field goal. 16-8.
Oh, nice step back move.
And another three, and Julian is lighting it up with 3 threes in the first quarter. James for 3.
Julian Mavunga wasn't even the best guy on his high school team. That would have been Gordon Hayward.
Yes.
Brownsburg, Indiana. They won a state title.
Fort Wayne has come out, Fran. They've hit 4 of their first 5 from 3. Another. Talk about a heat check. Cooley goes down as he collided. Now Fredette is fouled by Hollins in the backcourt.
Bob, the thing you'll notice about the TBT, and I got a chance to cover the summer league. You watched the NBA all season. Unlike the young guys that head to the summer league for the first time, these guys make shots. If you leave a guy open, these are professional players. I mentioned they've all gotten better since they left college.
Jimmer's shot hits off the top of the glass. Mavunga with a lake out. Jimmer fouled to knock it away. Now here's Jimmer Fredette, Fran. He's averaging over 30 in this tournament. He does not have a basket yet.
Well, he hasn't really. He's been guarded well, and he's also moved the ball pretty well. But I know, talking to Coach Mike Taylor, the coach of Team Fredette, he told me at breakfast this morning, transition defense is critical, and they've already given up 19 points in a little over 5 minutes.
An early double-digit performance for Julian Mavunga. That gives him 10 points.
There you see Mike Taylor, who's now the coach of the Polish national team. He's been a G League coach, outstanding coach in Germany, where he'll head back to after this tournament.
No.
Coaches are mic'd up tonight. We'll be listening in from time to time.
Good.
21-11. The corner 3 pops out. That one taken by James. Fort Wayne has dictated at both ends. They've been hot from outside the arc, and Leslie's been active inside.
Yeah, right now, Team Fredette's defense is struggling.
James with the lay-in.
Rashard James, a former teammate of Jimmer Fredette with the Westchester Knicks. He's a local product out of White Plains, New York.
Fort Wayne is going to take a timeout, and they are looking good early. They're hitting the 3 ball, and they've got a lead of 10 with 3:42 to go in the first.
It's time for some straight talk. The big wireless companies have the best coverage because of all these towers. But guess what? Straight Talk Wireless runs on the same 4G LTE networks for up to 30% less. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
1 second. Barely enough time for this man to take a bite of turkey. But for cybercriminals, it's plenty of time to launch thousands of attacks. Luckily, security analysts in Watson are on his side, spotting threats faster and protecting his data with the most securely encrypted mainframe in the world. It's a smart way to eat lunch in peace. Sweet, oblivious peace.
The basketball tournament is brought to you by Puma Basketball. and by Sling TV, the live TV you love, only better, and only $25 a month. Start watching 7 days free at sling.com. Bob Rathman, Fran Priscilla, Jen Hale, you're looking at shots from the magnificent Georgia Aquarium here in Atlanta. We are right downtown at Georgia State University. This is the sports arena. And Fort Wayne rolling early. 23 points on the board already with 3:42 left in the frame.
Well, they're shooting 80%, and that'll help. And that's something I think was a concern of Coach Mike Taylor of Team Fredette during that last time out.
Trey McKinney-Jones, and that's a steal on the wing. Ahead to James, 2-on-1, lob, and a miss. Left it short. Did Williams. And a foul.
Devin Williams, former WVU Mountaineer, played the G League this year, and I'm not sure. This is a great steal. And you know what? I know what he's trying to do, the lob, but that's not Devin Williams' game. He's always been a strong below the rim guy, and you see right there the lack of elevation. That should have been a driving layup, dish off at the last moment.
2 free throws as Team Fredette is at that 5-team foul limit.
This young man, Julian Mavunga, former Miami Redhawk, he's had a good run in Japan in the last few years. Good player.
And he has been on fire here in the first quarter. That's 13 points. But no doubt they've got to get Jimmer Fredette some looks here.
Tell you what, Trey McKinney-Jones is a really good player for a reason. There's a reason the Pacers brought him out. He's guarding Jimmer right now.
Jimmer goes inside, and a push against Fort Wayne. This will go against Mavunga. It's his first.
Watch that drive. You see Julian doesn't really get established defensively. And as you mentioned, the veteran Tony Green, outstanding college official. And you have to have, Bob, really good officiating in this tournament because of what's at stake.
And we have had that here in Atlanta. Steve Anderson and Byron Evans working this game. Crawford. Nice off the window for Jordan Crawford.
Speaking of the Mid-American Conference, he played at Bowling Green. That's too easy.
Leslie again. He's been slashing the baseline from the start.
He sure has. And then Mike Taylor again, that last time out, said we got to know where Leslie is.
Jimmer rimming. Jimmer went for the steal, didn't get it. Numbers for Fort Wayne. Good transition D there by Team Fredette. Mavunga fouled as Ledbetter caught for the reach in. First on Jeff, and more free throws here for a Fort Wayne team, Fran, that has dominated this first quarter.
Well, Julian Mavunga has dominated for Fort Wayne. You see the foul by Ledbetter. If you recognize that little ponytail, you watch the NBA Summer League. He's played the last 2 summers, and in the G League for the San Antonio Spurs and the Austin Toros.
Saturday on ABC, we'll have the 15th WNBA All-Star Game at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific from the Target Center in Minneapolis. New format with captains Elena Delle Donne and Candace Parker picking their teams from the pool of All-Stars. You can always watch it streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere.
How good is Elena Delle Donne?
Oh,
is she unbelievable?
Outstanding.
She reminds me, and I remember watching her at Delaware, she reminds me of Kevin Durant. But she may be even more of an inside player as well as an outside player, right?
She can do it all. And moving to the Washington Mystics has helped her career. No doubt about it. She was outstanding in Chicago.
Well, she's close to home now, close to the family.
Yes.
I know she really loves.
And close to her sister.
Yep.
That's very important to her. 28-15. And this one gets the love of the rim. Devin Williams. 28-17. Hollins. And Fredette trying to scratch back into this thing, despite the fact that Jimmer Fredette's yet to score. Jimmer going to work, splits the defenders, but too strong off the glass.
Stop ball! Stop ball! Stop ball!
And another whistle. And you're right. Team Fredette has been back on its heels defensively.
Yeah, they really have. And, you know, this Fort Wayne team, Bob, again, because they have so much continuity, 6 guys that have been on that roster. GM Brian Levy up there does a great job in Fort Wayne for the Pacers G League team. And this young man has come out of nowhere to be a really solid player for them. He was, Tradeon Hollins led the country in steals when he played back in the 15-16 season for Omaha.
Second one, no. Jen, this Team Fredette has had slow starts in the tournament.
They sure have, Bob. It's really not a surprise if you watch their first 2 games. And I talked to Jimmer about that. And there we go, his first points of the game. He says it's because they haven't played much together. They've all been with different overseas groups. So it's taken a little bit of time to gel. But obviously they've come back and won the last 2 games to get to this game tonight. And for Jimmer Fredette, even though those were his first points of the game just there, right now he is leading the tournament with an overall average of 31 points per game. So you can expect Jimmer and this Fredette team to warm up, get hot, and stay hot through the end. They love to close and finish games strong.
Well, and I think a 10-point lead in a game like this is really not much, as you know, because we watched last night. The way these teams can put points on the board in a hurry, there's a lot of basketball left.
And that 3 ball can get you back in a hurry.
And remember, it's a shorter line than the NBA or G League line that these guys have grown accustomed to. It's the college line, which makes it nearly a layup for some of these guys.
Stephen Hicks was fouled shooting a 3-pointer in the corner by Jamaal Tatum. So the second of 3 free throws pushes his point total to 6.
He's been a 3-year guy in Fort Wayne. He's had to make the adjustment from Southern California to the Midwest. I'm sure he's got a good, nice, heavy overcoat.
Corey Henderson Jr. coming in for Fort Wayne along with Trey McKinney-Jones.
Corey Henderson Jr.
Good at the line.
He's from Dallas, Texas, and I've been watching Corey play since about 5th grade. His father, an outstanding high school coach.
Hand off inside, great block by Anthony Kent. Jalon Hornbeek's in the game.
Drive it right. Drive it right.
And another whistle on Team Fredette. Devin Williams with his second foul. And Trey McKinney-Jones heads to the free throw line. Signed a 10-day contract with the Pacers last season. And in late February, made that dream come true with his NBA debut against the Atlanta Hawks.
You remember, 30-point blowout for the Hawks, and he played the final minute 12. And, you know, it doesn't sound like much, but this guy has a lot of respect. I know that he's part of the Team USA program that Jeff Van Gundy coaches those G League guys, and they're trying to qualify for the World Championships, and they will. But this guy is a tough, hard-nosed guy. Done a good job of guarding Jimmer so far.
Trey McKinney-Jones just got picked up on that screen and said, was that illegal? Fredette trying to create some space.
Oh, no.
And stepped out of bounds. Or is it a foul? I think Steve has whistled a personal. Anthony Kent.
He wanted the continuation. They don't do that. They might do that in the CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, but
Jimmer missing. And a whistle against Fort Wayne. 34-19. Steph Hicks with his first foul. And this sends Derek Cook Jr., who's involved in the finals of the dunk contest earlier here tonight.
it's a young man that did not play high school basketball, was cut every year. Played at Friendly High School, the same school that produced NBA champion Dickie Simpkins. Junior college first, and to Wyoming, where he had a very good run and
Had a tremendous growth spurt.
Yeah, he's a late bloomer. Tremendous athlete.
Just .2, so no chance to do anything here except the touch, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. 34-20 Fort Wayne. Very impressive performance by Mr. Mavunga.
Julian Mavunga out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Knocking it down from deep, getting it done on the defensive end. And right now he's dominating for Fort Wayne champs. They lead by 14.
Can world-renowned artist Red Hongyu use the Chase mobile app to pay practically anyone at any bank? Yes, but this isn't just for anyone. Chase, make more of what's yours.
It can power your apps with public services without starting from scratch. It brings your business up to speed, doing more with systems you have in place. It can bring all your apps to life and run them within your data center. It is the IBM Cloud Private. The cloud that's built for all your apps. AI ready, secure to the core. The IBM Cloud is the cloud for smarter business.
Saturday, the International Champions Cup continues on ESPN and ESPN Deportes with Manchester United, Liverpool at 5 Eastern. Then it's Bayern Munich and Man City. We finish up with Barcelona, Tottenham at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. All 3 matches are available streaming live on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. The 6th Annual International Champions Cup is presented by Heineken. The first TBT dunk contest earlier. Travis Leslie on the left and Derek Cook on the right, involved earlier this afternoon.
And you mentioned Travis, the former Bulldog, played down the road in Athens. And Derek Cook, young man who is a high flyer.
And that dunk off the glass, coming across to slam it in, got a 10 from Dominique Wilkins, who knows a thing or two about dunk contests.
He sure does. He's had a few of those in his career.
Great to see the Hall of Famer here tonight. Part of the TBT in Atlanta. Fredette, no.
I'll tell you what Fort Wayne is doing. They're switching out on every down screen. And so Fredette has no airspace at all. If you look at Fort Wayne, Bob, a lot of even-sized guys, so there's no mismatch when you switch on to Jimmer.
Williams going to that power game. Couldn't get the shot off. Good D again by Fort Wayne. Williams in tight. Cook kicks it out. Fredette. And finesses one home. Second basket for Jimmer and a free throw to come.
And I talked to him this morning at breakfast, and the one thing he told me he felt like he's gotten better playing in China is driving the ball to the basket. He's already hit that floater, and now the drive and the chance for the N1. And by the way, Bob, he is 22 of 22 from the foul line in this tournament.
And he is. His first opportunity at the stripe gives him 5. And his team is down 11, 34-23. Fort Wayne started hot. They hit 4, their first 5 from 3. Rebound to Tatum. Here's Ledbetter with a look. And he buries a 3. Jeff Ledbetter.
It's a good looking stroke from the former Idaho Vandal.
34-26. And it's a steal for Ledbetter. Solo lay in good. So 5 quick points, an 8-0 run for Team Fredette to get back in this.
Did he smell that play out or what? Little pick and pop action, ran right through the pass.
Now a reach in on Devin Williams, and that is his 3rd.
Now here's Jeff Ledbetter. You mentioned he plays for the Austin Toros San Antonio Spur G League team, and there's the run out, sneaky play from the weak side.
Yeah, that Austin ball club won the G League championship in the spring. 34-28, knocked off the Raptors in the championship series. This one short. Jimmer with a rebound. 34-28 Fort Wayne. A little different story here in the second quarter. Fredette's pass inside. Williams stripped and out of bounds.
Well, we saw this in Columbus, and I'm watching it tonight. Jimmer's not, he's forced a few shots, but he definitely has great court vision. And if he invites two defenders to guard him, he will find the open man as he did on that last play.
Tucked into the corner is Brandon Davies. Cooley just came back into the game. And here's Jimmer. Lots of defensive attention, but on the weak side, Crawford was open. Trey McKinney-Jones the other way for Fort Wayne. Maneuvers into the lane and throws it away. Jordan Crawford. Oh, the lane opened up. Second basket for Crawford.
How quick is he? At 5'6", you better be quick.
His second TBT, 34-30. And one for McKinney-Jones.
Strong move by the former Miami Hurricane out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Take a look at the drive. Strength right here. Former state triple jump champion, by the way, in the state of Wisconsin. Had a nice career for Jim Larinaga. Played on a really good ACC team. You remember that team, Bob, right?
In fact, he hit 6 threes against North Carolina in the ACC championship game.
You know that league pretty well, don't you?
I do. Sweet 16 run for Miami that year. And Fredette with a steal. Crawford, and he throws it away, trying to get Fredette in the corner. And Fredette takes it back. Fort Wayne turns it over for the 7th time tonight. 37-32. Ledbetter. Bottoms. And a timeout taken by Fort Wayne. The big lead is gone. It's 37-35.
How does Dove Men Plus Care Stain Defense go beyond sweat protection?
Clean. Doesn't stain my clothes.
I don't get the underarm pit stains.
We couldn't have said it better ourselves. Try Dove Men Plus Care Stain Defense for anti-stain and anti-mark protection.
Is this AT&T Innovations?
Yeah, wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options.
Great. Can you sign for this?
Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one? That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30-plus channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Amazon Music. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
Team Fredette, Brent Fraschilla has caught fire.
What did I tell you? You got teams out here that can score quickly. We know Jimmer can score quickly. How about Jeff Ledbetter, who shoots 40% in the G League? The quickness of Crawford. And then one more time, Jeff Ledbetter out of the corner. You don't leave that guy open.
A 16-3 run. And Team Fredette is back within 2. 6:01 to play before halftime.
And this is a really good...
And Fort Wayne comes out and turns it over again.
Yeah, this is a good G League team on the floor right now.
Jimmer drills it from downtown. And Team Fredette has come back to take the lead.
Shot making, Bob. That's what the TBT is about. These guys know how to put the ball in the basket.
And Ledbetter takes it away. Slams it off. Leslie out of bounds. And the officials will make sure that the ball is awarded to Team Fredette. How about the depth on this three?
Well, what's new? We've seen that so many times.
That is what captivated the country when he was at BYU. Former Naismith Player of the Year. Led that Cougar team to the Sweet 16. Fredette again. Buries it. Back-to-back threes for Jimmer.
I mentioned earlier, you don't see this in the NBA Summer League because the young players are not skilled enough to do this yet.
Hollins. Leslie. And a beautiful reverse by Steph Hicks.
That's the third time tonight Team Fredette has given up a back cut like that. Easy.
Jimmer. Whoa, look out. Contact, a missed shot, and free throws coming. And Jimmer pops right up. Travis Leslie committing his first.
Yeah, and good sportsmanship right here. Watch Jimmer go down hard, and you'll see right away Travis Leslie's going to go up, pick him up. The intensity of these games is incredible because of what's at stake. But there's a common respect because a lot of these guys have played against each other in one way, shape, or form for a long time.
Saturday on ABC, the 15th WNBA All-Star Game at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific from Minneapolis. And as always, you can watch it streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere. It has been quite the WNBA season. And the hottest team in the league resides right here. The Atlanta Dream hit the break, winning 8 straight games. 43-39 Team Fredette. McKinney Jones kicks. Hicks from the corner. Follow is good. Hornbeek with the stick. Hornbeek rather with the stick back. His first 2 tonight.
And Jawan, another Dallas kid. He played at Monmouth.
Fredette turns. Hollins moves in. Leaves it for McKinney Jones, who lays it home.
Well, there's not much defense being played, Bob, but it's hard to make these shots.
Over the top, tapped away. Ledbetter with a steal. Jimmer. He'll shoot 2.
You were worried about Jimmer scoring halfway through the first quarter? Are you kidding me?
I should have been a coach. I just worry all the time.
You know, at Corner Bakery this morning, he already had 18.
A timeout. And we are tied at 43.
Friends to Unlimited Plus Plan, best deal ever. Includes Hulu, Tidal, 15 gigabytes mobile hotspot, and full HD.
The new Unlimited Plus plan. And for a limited time, get a Samsung Galaxy S9 lease for just $9 a month.
Best deal ever.
I think heroic deeds were all conceived in the open air. I think whatever I shall meet on the road I shall like. And whoever beholds me shall like me. I think whoever I see must be happy.
Let him get by you right here. Set your down screen, but it's not a down screen. You cut towards Jimmer. Jimmer, cut to the top hard. Just Jimmer, I got you. Jeff, as you cut down, find Jack's man. Cross screen. Jordan, keep the ball to 45. He's cut underneath. Hit him right to the rim. Easy bucket.
Yo, they can't guard multiple actions.
Mike Taylor, the head coach of Team Fredette.
Pretty good stuff right there. And again, this team has not practiced, but they all know the game and the nuances.
TBT is excited to have Puma Basketball as an official partner for this year's tournament. And In the Huddle is brought to you by Puma Basketball. Jimmer, see? The broadcaster's jinx for Schilla.
Law of odds. He's only shooting 94% from the line. No, sir. He just went up to 96%, so there's no broadcaster's jinx there.
14 for Jimmer now, and a 1-point lead for his team. 3:45 to play, second quarter.
Hey, where's Mavunga been?
He's out there, but silent after a red-hot start. Hicks. Tipped out, and the ball belongs to Fort Wayne. Really a tale of 2 quarters, Fran. Fort Wayne won the first period, 34-20. It's 24-9 for Fredette in the second.
Well, it just speaks to the things we talked about. These guys are all shot makers, the key guys on both teams.
Here is Julian Mavunga on the wing, backs up to fire over Cole and hits it.
There you go.
Right on cue.
I asked him where he was. He showed up.
That gives him 17, and he's 4 out of 5 on threes.
That's the reverse broadcaster's jinx right there.
2-point lead for Fort Wayne. Into the post. Davies.
Oh, man.
Strong. Boy, that's powerful.
That sure is. Brandon Davies. Oh, watch Julian Mavunga. Watch this step back move on Jack Cooley, knocking down that deep three. And then Brandon Davies, 6'9", 240. The EuroLeague co-rookie of the year. A terrific season this year for his team in Lithuania. Salgiris, coached by Šarūnas Jasikevičius.
The former Maryland Terrapin.
Absolutely. Great coach in Europe, and Brandon Davies is off to a great start in Europe.
One-man press by Crawford. Tied at 46. We're under 3 to go in the second.
Mismatch.
And a reach-in. You can see the grab of the jersey by Crawford. Jordan's first. Side out of bounds. That is the 4th team foul on, 3rd team foul, I should say, on Fredette, 4 on Fort Wayne. Cooley's going to go out of the game, and Rashard James will come in.
Yeah, that was a mismatch. Mavunga and Cooley, they went small now.
Leslie. Jordan Crawford operates up the wing, stepping into the 3. Jimmer. Tipped. Pops out. Well, Crawford could be a little bit of a pest.
A nuisance.
Long 3, no good by Hornbeak, and here comes Team Fredette. Ledbetter feeling it. Hits another one! He scored 11 all in the quarter and 3 threes.
You know my man Brad Doherty be saying right now? Ooh, good basketball. Both teams.
3 banked in by Hollins. Keep it coming. This is great. 49
man.
all with 2 to go.
Oh, that's a foul.
Davies was held by Leslie. Number 2 on the pride of Decatur, Georgia.
You know, Bob, I've had a chance to coach European players at the Euro camp in Treviso, Italy. And these are younger players than the guys we see on the floor. You can put an offense in 15 minutes, and it looks like you've been practicing for 2 weeks. And all of these guys, as I mentioned earlier, are really well coached around the world. So it's really easy to say hawk cut or step-up screen or cross screen. They all know the nomenclature.
Boy, what a huge advantage that is for a coach when you can draw up a play in a huddle and have your team go out and execute it without practicing it 10 times.
That's what I call being coached on the fly. An art, and a skill for a player.
Davies splits the pair, 50-49. Team Fredette. Fort Wayne in red with the basketball. Lane opens up, and there's a beautiful block by Brandon Davies. Up the wing to James. He moves in, gets bumped, and will shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, that was a great sequence by Team Fredette. First the block, and then watch this now. Here comes Brandon Davies. He gets it with his inside hand, no body, and they were off to the races. And Rashard James, a young guy that not well known, played his college basketball at Northwood in Michigan. But I watched him a couple of years ago play for the Westchester Knicks. And Jimmer Fredette has said that he's one of the best teammates he's ever played with at a White Plains High School. He's a high school teammate of Sean Kilpatrick. Former Brooklyn Net.
51-49. Hicks for 3. Jimmer, met by Travis Leslie. Spins off the pressure. Goes to the fadeaway after the contact.
Is he fun to watch?
Number 3 on Travis Leslie.
Watch the spin move right here.
There are shot takers and shot makers. And this guy is a shot maker.
I saw him play for the Shanghai Sharks 2 seasons ago. And he dropped 53. I was over in Shanghai. Got a chance to visit with him afterwards. His wife and lovely daughter lived here in the States during the season.
Colorado, I believe.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? People, first of all, why do you play in China? The league is shorter. It's a shorter season, and you can make a lot of money. And Jimmer is well into 7 figures playing in the. He's basically the Michael Jordan or Kevin Durant of China.
Guys, this little girl's name is Wesley, and she is absolutely precious, 11 months. Talking to Jimmer a few days ago, he's a former member of the Pelicans. So I've known him for years. He's hoping that perhaps he might get noticed a little bit more here in TBT, and that might facilitate a transition back to the NBA, because he sure would love to be closer to his wife and daughter.
Well, Jen, you remember last year we saw Trajan Langdon in Brooklyn watching Jared Sullinger, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few NBA scouts that have snuck in here, and that we may see him in Baltimore as well.
And it might be part of the reason, just that, Fran, that Jimmer decided to play this year. Last year he was with Team Fredette, but he coached. He didn't play. So he definitely is not ready to put on the coaching whistle full time, and he wants to use this TBT experience, not just for the prize money, but also for the exposure.
I'll do the playing and let TJ do the coaching.
Hey, he's 29 years old. He's still got some. He's got some shots left to take.
Brother TJ, an assistant coach here on Team Fredette. 53-49. And a blocking foul. And this will go against James. That's his first. And we've got a whistle and a timeout for Team Fredette as they have come back to lead by 4 at 53-49. The TBT from Atlanta in the Super 16.
Welcome.
Hi there.
So what do you look for in a vehicle?
Sleek designs. Performance.
Dependability is top on my list.
Well, then here's some vehicles that deliver on that.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh, geez.
That's our truck.
It's our truck.
And they're our cars.
That's my Chevy.
Chevy's the only brand to have earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs 3 years in a row.
Awesome. I'm proud.
Oh, it's like a dynasty. It's impressive. Is this AT&T Innovations?
Yeah. Wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options.
Great. Can you sign for this?
Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one? That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30+ channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Amazon Music. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
Team Fredette leads 53-49, and as the tournament moves to Atlanta, we see some new faces. Jack Cooley, you've seen in this game, and coming up in the 9 o'clock Eastern Time game, the return of Greg Oden.
How cool will that be? They will need him tonight because Jared Sullinger unavailable because he's getting married in Miami.
I can't imagine a young man's marriage would take precedence over the Super 16.
I have a hard time believing it myself, Bob, especially with that dough on the line. You think that would pay for a nice honeymoon, don't you?
Yes. Trey McKinney-Jones to the strike. He's got 8 points.
He's one of those guys that's right on the fringe of making the team. Still in the prime of his career.
Just finished his run in Las Vegas with the Pacers Summer League team. 53-51.
Yeah, they've got great continuity up there in Fort Wayne, I mentioned.
Crawford gets it off and rolls it in. Jordan with 6.
Pretty good post move.
You know, you come to the TBT, a 5'6" guard, and you just go to the post-up game.
Pretty good strategy by Mike Taylor right there.
Shot clock is off. Fort Wayne down to 8. Trey McKinney-Jones driving, scoring. 1 second. Jimmer from three-quarter court. Hits the top of the glass, and we have reached intermission. Jimmer Fredette after the start of the third quarter with.
He was outstanding.
Side if I feel like I got a mismatch inside.
Coached Alabama State, outstanding player at Franklin and Marshall, All-American there.
Fort Wayne with the basketball in red, Fredette in white. As we start the third quarter, this is the Super 16 from Atlanta.
There's that mismatch Julian Mavunga talked about.
Step back, Cooley there, over to McKinney-Jones, and that falls off the rim. Rebound ripped away, then through the hands of Hicks, picked up by Cooley.
I'm not going near Jack Cooley on a loose ball, I know that. Little back screen lob there.
Crawford to Cooley. Muscles it up with the left hand and puts it in. Big Jack at 6'9". They list him at 274, and I think, friend, that's with 1 foot on the scale.
Hey, you know, he's a record holder. You know that, right?
Oh, yes.
He has played in more Las Vegas Summer League games as he commits that foul right there than any other player in the history of the Summer League. He was a rock star a few weeks ago in Las Vegas. Phoenix Sun fans were cheering MVP for this guy. Of course, last year he played a little bit with the Utah Jazz.
Steph Hicks to the free throw line for Fort Wayne. Well, he was terrific in the first round when they played the region last Saturday. 29 points and 13 rebounds. The LA product puts it up and in. 57-55. Now keep in mind, as we play this third quarter, all eyes will be on the Elam ending.
I got a feeling in this game, as close as it's been, this Elam ending will be outstanding.
A foul here on Hicks, and that will be his third. The first dead ball when we get to the fourth quarter under the 4-minute mark. The game will stop and the target score will be set. And the team ahead, they put 7 points on that total, and that's the score they shoot for to win the game. No clock after that except for the shot clock.
And what that means simply is that this game will end on a winning basket.
57-55, Team Fredette. Jimmer, bullseye. Picking up where he left off in that first half and that second quarter. 60-55. McKinney-Jones on the reverse. Trey's got 13. Inside, around the rim and off for Leslie. Cooley is muscle. He put the ball and half the Fort Wayne team in the basket.
That's what he does. He said today that he feels that he is as good a rebounder as there is at any level.
I'm not going to argue with him.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Former Notre Dame star and a guy that got better every year under Mike Bray. Remember now, Notre Dame alums were the first team to win the TBT 5 years ago.
McKinney-Jones through the legs, Mavunga, nope. And Cooley gets one of those aforementioned rebounds. On the push to Jimmer. Stop and pop. Tap in, beautifully done. Ballet style by Davies.
This is outstanding basketball, Bob.
64-57. Largest lead for Team Fredette. 6.5 to go. Cooley with a slap down. Shot clock at 15. Good ball movement. McKinney Jones. Weak side corner three for Hicks is no good. And the rebound to Fredette. Jimmer's got it, and here comes Fredette. Crawford. And this one is going to be a foul called, and it's going to be on Jack Cooley.
This is great right here. Watch the effort by Jack Cooley. 4 guys fouled him.
And then Fredette.
Yep, great tip. You know what we're watching? This is like AAA baseball. You know, these are guys that are just a half step away from the NBA, and obviously there are a lot of guys in this tournament that have played in the NBA. This is good basketball.
And this has been one fun game. Off the glass for Leslie. Cooley keeps it alive. One hands it. And Fort Wayne, or is it? No, it's going to go against Team Fredette. Jack Cooley in disbelief.
Well,
he just picked up his 4th foul.
He knocked 2 guys down with one hand. Let's watch him clear out. It was really one guy, but you see them grab the arm of Leslie and still gets the rebound. That's a good call. Got to be a good official to catch that one.
And Steve Anderson is that. The proverbial bull in a china closet. Jack Cooley on that rebound action. The foul called on James is his 2nd. And to the free throw line for Fort Wayne is Tradeon Hollins. He scored 7, hit a 3 in the 2nd quarter. A reminder tomorrow on ABC, the 15th WNBA All-Star Game at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific from the Target Center in Minneapolis. And as always, you can catch it streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere. 64-59. Jimmer keeps it cooking. He's up to 21.
Great footwork that time. And again, we mentioned how he's worked on that mid-range game, that floater.
Mavunga banks it in, count the basket.
And Jimmer got him. Great shot fake by Julian Mavunga. He has been an offensive weapon tonight. Watch the spin first for Fredette on Mavunga, and then you'll see Mavunga off the shot fake drive, and Fredette comes into your picture, the foul. And the young man, former Miami Red Hawk, been really impressive tonight.
That puts him at 20 for the evening, 66-62. James, step back, a little long. Second opportunity for Team Fredette.
Oh, nice.
And Crawford,
nice.
Again, doing his damage in the paint.
The little man getting it done, but a great feed from the biggest guy on the court inside to the littlest guy. That was a terrific short roll by Brandon Davies right there. And a nice find by Fredette, who drew the double team.
Hollins launching, air ball. Mavunga underneath, and that's going to go out of bounds. Knocked away by Fredette. 13 on the shot clock.
Now this is great basketball, Bob. Watch the double team off the ball screen. And then watch the quick short roll, and then you like a big guy to know how to handle that ball, and he found the little guy.
Mavunga stripped by the little guy, and it's Fredette coming the other way. Bounce ahead, here's Crawford, nice bounce. The lay-in off the rim, no good by James. Sailing to Hicks, moves past Fredette, runner, no, tip, yes. Travis Leslie there. 68-64. Jimmer. Oh, right in front of the bench.
Still has it. He still has it. He is a show unto himself. You know, I was thinking about this today. He reminds me of Tim Tebow. in that a great college player. I don't know how you can criticize this guy. Maybe he wasn't a great NBA player, but he's everything good about this tournament.
And he has been the star of stars so far. 71-66. And now we have I believe a personal foul has been called on Hollins. It's his third, and it brings us to a stoppage. 3:43. Jimmer putting on a show in the ATL.
I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me basically everywhere. So why am I hosting a dental convention after party in my Vegas suite? Or wearing a full-body wetsuit at this spa retreat? Or sliding into this ski lodge with my mini horse Kevin? Because Hotels.com lets me do me, right? Sorry, the cold makes him a little hoarse. Hotels.com. You do you and get rewarded. You're wearing a hat. That's funny.
About the bird.
Saturday, the International Champions Cup continues on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. At Liverpool at 5 p.m. Eastern. Then it's Bayern Munich, Man City. We finish up with Barcelona, Tottenham at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. All 3 matches are available streaming live on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. The 6th Annual International Champions Cup is presented by Heineken. Now look at those Sacramento Kings fans making the trek from Northern California to support their man, Jimmer Fredette. He was drafted 10th overall by Milwaukee and then traded draft night to Sacramento, and they still remember him fondly.
Absolutely.
Kings Nation.
A lot of people think Jimmer Fredette is from the state of Utah because he played at BYU.
Right.
He is from upstate New York.
Yes, he is.
Albany, Saratoga area.
3.5 to go, third quarter. Davies barrels in, and on the dig down, it's a steal. Hicks. And the bumping foul on Abuo. Or, excuse me, on Babunga. And that's his fourth. I was watching as Hicks goes to the line. The foul is on Abuo.
And Abuo, another one of those BYU Cougars, former teammate of Jimmer Fredette and Brandon Davies.
Haven't seen him much tonight.
Nope. He's playing over in France, the Pro B League. He's a tough, hard-nosed guy. It was 2011 when Jimmer Fredette had that great season at BYU.
Hicks, a former two-time All-Big West performer, came in as the freshman of the year in 2012. Hits the 2 free throws to pull Fort Wayne within 3.
Good defense.
And that's something we saw a lot from Fort Wayne in the first quarter. Jimmer, all kinds of hands coming at him, and he scores anyway.
You can't hold this guy down, Bob. You just try to contain him. He is a shot maker.
26. And a fly swat rejection by Davies. Fast break the other way. Ledbetter has it blocked, and the no foul, and it's going to be a turnover as Ledbetter takes it away. Jeff will fire and hit a 3. 76-68. Team Fredette.
And Ledbetter's been the silent assassin tonight for this team.
McKinney Jones off the bounce. Jeff Ledbetter 4 for 4 from three-point land. Jimmer. Nothing but net.
Oh, man. How good is this basketball? How good?
79-68, McKinney Jones. Tipped, taken back, stripped, loose ball. Fort Wayne has it with a fresh shot clock. And a trip coming on Tatum. Boy, fantastic action. Starts with a block.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Brandon Davies. He kept that ball in play. Terrific play. Bats it right to Abuo. And then Jeff Ledbetter, young man who played his basketball in Idaho, in Moscow, Idaho. Southern California guy who's been around the world and now playing in the G League.
Came out of the sanctity of Orange County, California.
Absolutely.
Made it all the way to Idaho.
He's played in Brazil, Switzerland, Mexico. All these guys have their passports stamped many times over.
Hornbeak at the line. As Team Fredette has taken control here. The lead now cut to 9 on the 2 free throws. Fort Wayne led by 15 points in the first period. Now they trail by 9. Fredette. And a blocking foul on Fort Wayne.
You have a feeling that Jimmer Fredette is feeling it? You think he's...
And how taxing for a defense. You know you got your hands full with Jimmer. But now on the other side of the floor, here's Ledbetter red hot.
Absolutely.
Poked away. Make sure you get that Puma back in place quickly.
Puma, the new sponsor of TBT. They went and signed a couple of really good prospects in DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley. No.
Now you have to be inbounds to be able to shoot a 3. Here's Hornbeak. Jimmer, that's blocking a foul on Trey McKinney-Jones. So Jimmer heads to the stripe for 3.
Well, keep in mind here, watch the contact. Keep in mind that both Ledbetter and Fredette are used to the NBA three-point line where they make a lot of shots. So that college line, you mentioned at the very beginning, these rules are a combination of NBA, FIBA, and college. And that college line is a drink of water for some of these outstanding shooters in the TBT.
Jimmer with his second of 3. SportsCenter tonight after the basketball tournament over on ESPN with Linda and Kenny. NFL training camp reports and hear from Julio Jones. And I know everyone here in Atlanta will be hanging on every word. Plus the top plays, a busy night in baseball, USA basketball update from Vegas SportsCenter at 11 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Everybody's fired up that Julio is re-signed and didn't miss any training camp?
In camp, ready to go.
Ready to work with Matt Ryan again.
Fort Wayne has not hit a 3 this half, and that's still true. Now 0 for 5. Jimmer saves it. Fredette looking to push with Ledbetter. Right down the pipe. Here's Williams.
He needs to pass that ball.
Abuo. Glass and good. 84-70. Hicks and a strip steal. Abuo. Cross court, Ledbetter. Feet set. Nothing but net.
Oh, man. How about Jeff Ledbetter?
He's got 17 tonight, and Team Fredette blows it open, leading by 17. Coming to the end of the third period. Elam Ending is right around the corner. Hicks lay-in. 7 seconds. 6. Jimmer driving. Got it up and in. And that will bring an end to the third quarter. Team Fredette, slow start once again in the TBT. Down 15 tonight in the first. It matters not. Jimmer got it going. And the rest, they say, is history. He's put on a shooting exhibition in Atlanta. And Team Fredette leads it by 19. Going to the fourth in the TBT.
With Advil's fast relief, you'll ask, what pulled muscle? What headache? Nothing works faster to make pain a distant memory. Advil Liquid Gels and Advil Liquid Gels Minis. What pain?
2, 1, fade away. That was awful.
Why are you so good at this?
Had a coach in high school. Really helped me up my game.
I had a coach. Math.
Ooh. So why don't traders have coaches?
Well, who says they don't? Coach McAdoo.
You know, at TD Ameritrade, we offer free access to coaches and a full education curriculum just to help you improve your skills.
Boom. Mad skills.
Education to take your trading to the next level. Only with TD Ameritrade.
Tradition in TBT of the brackets being updated.
Got to go to the bracket. I love going to the bracket. You do love going to the bracket.
This tournament is so much fun, Doug.
Choo, choo, choo.
Yes, sir.
I mean, look how much fun these guys are having.
We ought to do that in the NCAA tournament.
Pretty
right
cool.
there. Hey, steal that idea from the TBT. Mr. NCAA tournament guy.
And they did.
Mr. NCAA tournament guy is David Warlock, who is the right-hand man of Danny Gavitt. David watched the TBT last summer and was instrumental in introducing it to the NCAA tournament, and it was a huge hit this past March Madness. That's cool.
Team Fredette, Ledbetter. That was blocked. Williams.
He traveled.
And
Sure
an extra step.
Yep.
The turnover gives it back to Fort Wayne, who has got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Well, and here's where the Elam ending strategy starts right now. And you mentioned this last night when we were watching. If you're Fort Wayne right now, you almost have to have your comeback game should be beginning right now. They ought to be playing fast on offense and being aggressive on defense, because what you want to do is cut into that lead before the Elam ending. Otherwise, you're going to be a long way from the target score.
And they've got to find a way to heat up from three. They are now 0 for 7 in the second half on the long ball. And the reach-in foul on Hollins is his fourth. Elam ending kicks in on the first dead ball when we get under the 4-minute mark. But this evening has belonged to Jimmer Fredette and Jeff Ledbetter. Fredette's 5 of 9 from 3 for 34 points. Ledbetter is 5 of 7 for 17 points.
And former Saluki star Jamaal Tatum is going to go to the line. He's one of the very few guys out here tonight that is not playing professional basketball. Living in the Tucson area, doing some basketball skill work with young people.
Played at Southern Illinois.
He did.
And there's an Atlanta-Southern Illinois connection. One of the Hawks' great shooting guards is Mike Glenn.
Well, wait a minute.
Who played at SIU.
Well, wait a minute.
And a native of Atlanta, Walt Frazier, Clyde Frazier, played at SIU.
I was going to mention that. I know you had the stinger down, Mike Glenn, right?
Yeah.
But Walt Clyde, who by the way, what sneaker did he wear with the Knicks?
Oh.
Pumas.
And they're coming back.
They're coming back.
A lot of people don't know Walt's from Atlanta.
Well, being a Knicks fan, I sure remember.
Yes, sir. 1972.
And an older Knicks fan at that. So I remember Walt in his prime. March 8th, 1970. 36 points, 19 assists in Game 7 versus the Los Angeles Lakers.
And all anybody remembers is Willis Reed
hitting the first 2 shots. And only 2.
7:57 left. This ball belongs to Jimmer and Team Fredette.
Yeah, see, if you're Fort Wayne All-Stars now, you have to pick up the pace on both ends and take some chances.
Jimmer creates space, and he doesn't need much.
How good is Jimmer Fredette playing?
37. And the flush by Anthony Kent. 93-74, Team Fredette. And they will meet the winner of the next game, which features Scarlet and Gray. And the guys have been sitting behind us most of the game tonight. Jimmer's runner. The rainbow finds the pot of gold.
Good basketball.
McKinney Jones lays it home.
Well, that's how you have to play if you're Fort Wayne. You have to speed this pace up, and while it may not favor you defensively, got to play quicker offensively if they don't cut into this lead by the 4-minute mark. No, he did not.
No. You can't shoot it from Phillips Arena.
Does he think he's Trae Young? Now he made one of these. That's big time. The shot he just took and missed. He made one of those last week in Columbus from 35 feet.
Speaking of Phillips Arena, this is going to be Jimmer's first win in Atlanta. He was 0-3 in his NBA career at Phillips. Mabunga high off the window. Williams the rebound.
You've proven to me that you are a font of information the last 24 hours.
Jimmer working a little clock. Fredette, how about the underhand upshoot?
Hey, these people are getting what they came to see. This crowd is just enthralled, man. Every shape, size, race, color, and creed, they are enjoying this.
Mabunga can't get the shot off. Here's Holland. Shot clock's down to 8. McKinney Jones for 3. And that elusive 3-point basket for Fort Wayne comes a little too late. The clock shows 5:35, but that's not really the time as we get to the Elam ending under 4 minutes. And the target score is posted. Ledbetter.
As long as he's inside the Cap County, he should be okay.
And that's the next county over.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Mabunga.
I'm new to Atlanta.
We're in Fulton, baby.
Okay. Oh, all right.
97-82.
Look, the traffic is so bad here. I felt like I was in DeKalb County.
And the whistle. We've got a timeout for Team Fredette. With 4:54 on the clock, 54 seconds away from moving into that Elam ending time zone. And Jimmer, you have been amazing tonight, young man.
And that's from a guy who started out this game very slow. Didn't get his basket till late in the first quarter. First basket. But he has been vintage Jimmer. Former National Player of the Year. He's averaging 38 points a game in China this past season, where he is a rock star over there. And even tonight, we've seen people in this arena just absolutely loving this performance.
Allen Iverson set the Phillips Arena scoring record in an NBA game. And now Jimmer Fredette comes in to set the TBT record in Atlanta.
Exactly, yeah. And remember, you know, Jen Hale made a great point. He coached a team last year. He didn't even play. And I think that he's enjoying playing.
The TBT record, by the way, it belongs to Ike Diago. You remember him from Arizona State?
Yep.
60 points in a TBT game. Something to shoot for this weekend for Jimmer. 97-82. Fredette had that one knocked away. Up for grabs and controlled by Fort Wayne. Davies boards. What a turnaround. Fort Wayne owned the first quarter on both ends. As Fran mentioned, Jimmer only had a late field goal, but it's been all Team Fredette since. Travis Leslie. And a high for the jam, followed by Anthony Walker. San Antonio, Texas product, playing in his first TBT. 97-84.
See, I would take the timeout soon, under 4, and that's what they're going to do. Yep, and now the reason you take the timeout is you want the target score up as quickly as possible. So now, Bob, they will add 7 to the 97, so the target score will be 104.
And the Elam ending is here. We'll see how it unfolds for Team Fredette after this.
Summer's calling. The 2018 Escalade is ready to move. Our best offers on the 2018 Escalade are here. Join us for the Made to Move sales event. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months plus $2,000 down payment assistance when financed through GM Financial on a 2018 Escalade.
Introducing E-Trade Personalized Investments. Professionally managed portfolios customized to help meet your financial goals. You'll know what you're invested in and how it's performing, so you can spend more time floating about on your inflatable swan.
The basketball tournament is brought to you by Puma Basketball. And by Dollar Shave Club. However you get ready, welcome to the club. Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best at dollarshaveclub.com. Bob Rathman, Fran Fraschilla, Jen Hale back with you in Atlanta. Scenes from the Georgia Aquarium downtown. Well, Fran Fraschilla, the moment has arrived and a huge target score has been posted, 104.
Exactly, and that means that the Fort Wayne All-Stars, now they don't have to foul, they have to get stops and they have to score. And this is like when you're growing up playing at the Y, one team got to get to 21. And right now it's an uphill battle for Fort Wayne because Jimmer Fredette has 41 points so far.
And a stoppage here.
Might have been a shot clock situation that I think they'll rectify.
But as wonderful as Fredette has been, this thing really turned around, I thought, in the second quarter with the three-point shooting of Jeff Ledbetter.
Absolutely. Austin Spurs Jeff Ledbetter, who's a good player in the G League, 40% from three. And this is where Fort Wayne now has got to be extra efficient.
Lane for Anthony Walker as they start what they hope will be a miraculous comeback, 97-86. Dave blocked, and Fort Wayne's got it. Can they hit a three here? Yes! A beauty from the wing. Makes it 97-89 as Corey Henderson delivers.
Now, what we saw last night from Overseas Elite is they let the gas off the pedal.
And there's Davies as Team Fredette pulls within 5.
Now, you can see why Brandon Davies had such a great rookie season in the Euro League. He is a good basketball player. Uh-oh, run out.
Bremer gets it out to James. He'll lay it in. 101, 3 points away.
You know, if you're Team Fredette, you're almost better off leaking the guy out because a basket on the other end doesn't mean that much. Just run, see, shot goes up, leak one guy out, get him out there early.
Jordan Crawford. Lob and a hold against Corey Henderson Jr. His first.
Corey's one of the youngest guys out here. He just finished playing at Tulsa for Frank Hayes.
Came in, hit a three a moment ago.
He had an outstanding backcourt mate in 8th grade. His name was Matt Fraschilla. There you go, Hornbeak.
That pushes it to 101-91.
You like the way I dropped that in there?
I did.
I've known Corey, as I mentioned, since he was in 5th grade. Uh-oh.
Ledbetter fakes the three. This to end it. Swish! Jordan Crawford hits the target score with the three. 104-91. Team Fredette advances. Jimmer was amazing with 41.
And
he was 6 of 11 on 3.
And I think this great crowd really enjoyed that. But here's Jordan Crawford off the pass from Ledbetter. The Bowling Green Falcon knocking it down. And Jimmer put on a show for these fans. And we should have a fun second game with Gray Godin making his return to basketball.
Scarlett and Gray and the prime-time players. And one of the great moments coming up, a chance to put your team name up on the bracket and advance into the Elite Eight. So, Team Fredette getting ready to move to the big board. This is such a fun moment. And it's going to be Jeff Ledbetter with the honors. Team Fredette moves on as they blow out the Fort Wayne champs 104-91 after trailing by 15 points in the opening quarter. Quite a turnaround and quite a performance by Jimmer. And the man of the hour is standing by with our Jen Hale.
Indeed, the man of the hour. Jimmer, congratulations. Fantastic game by you and your squad. You blew this one open in the second half, especially that third quarter. What changed?
You know, we just played our brand of basketball. We got stops, we rebounded, and we got out in transition and got easy buckets. We were making our threes, moving the ball. And when you got guys that are big, that can make buckets, it opens everything up for me and guys like Jeff that shot the ball great tonight. And it was just a fun game, and especially in the second half.
Seemed like you defended the three better as well, shutting them down from deep.
That was our biggest thing coming into the halftime, was to make sure that they didn't get threes, everything at the basket. So even if they go by you, make them go by you. The bigs will kind of help, but don't let them hit those threes. That's the way that they're going to beat us. So that's the adjustment that we made.
And you mentioned Jeff Ledbetter, 17 points out of him. You and him together are a pretty fierce tandem.
Yeah, man, when we're shooting the ball well, it spaces the floor. It gets a lot of guys involved, and it has to bring the team out, and then our big guys can go to work. We can get offensive rebounds. So all the credit to Jeff tonight. He was huge, really, really big for us in the second quarter and the third quarter. So, I mean, great job by him.
You're always gracious, but you, my friend, were on fire as well. You seemed to get anything you wanted from anywhere you wanted. Are you having more fun playing this year instead of coaching like you did last year?
Yeah, I'm definitely a player, not a coach yet. It's too nerve-wracking to coach, you know what I mean? I want to be able to do it in my own hands, be able to help out and play, so I feel more comfortable here this year.
Congratulations. Enjoy the win, and we'll see you Sunday. All
right, thanks, Jen.
Bob.
Okay, thank you, Jen, and congratulations, Jimmer. 41 points on 13 of 21 from the floor, 6 threes, 9 of 10 at the line. Jeff Ledbetter with 17. Final score, Team Fredette 104 and Fort Wayne 91. We'll look back at tonight's slam dunk competition.